Listen, success ain't built for the ones still sleeping when the sun's already working. Success don't visit the ones sitting on the couch, flipping through dreams like TV channels. You want something? Then get up. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. See, everybody talks about wanting to be great. Everybody says, one day I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But greatness don't live in Ghana. It lives in the grind. The early mornings you don't post about. The late nights you cry through, but don't quit. You tired. Good. That's proof you're working. You scared. Good. That means you're stretching. Wake up and win, because nobody's going to hand it to you. Nobody's coming to wake you up. Nobody's coming to believe in you more than you believe in yourself. And let me tell you something. The rent for success, it's due every single day. You don't make one big move and then chill. You make 1,000 little ones when nobody's watching. When it feels like nothing's happening. When it feels like quitting is easier. The lazy, they got dreams too. But dreams without grind are just empty wishes. You want it, prove it. Prove it to yourself every morning when that alarm rings. Prove it every time you choose discipline over comfort. Prove it every time you get up, even when you don't feel like it. Success is not some magic trick. It's not about being lucky. It's about being relentless. Wake up, show up, and don't stop until you win. Because success don't hang with the lazy. Success chills with the grinders, the doors, the relentless. The ones too busy working to worry about how tired they are. Wake up and win. Your future is watching. Listen to me carefully. Success ain't built for the ones who dream big but move small. Success ain't for the ones who talk about it more than they work for it. You can sit around dreaming all day long, but if you ain't putting in the discipline, if you ain't doing the hard, boring, painful work when nobody's clapping for you, you're just lying to yourself. Dreams without discipline are just pretty lies you tell yourself to feel good for a minute. You think people at the top just stumbled into greatness. No, they woke up tired, they woke up scared, they woke up unsure, and they moved anyway. Success demands a price, and that price is paid in full with discipline. It's the 5 a.m. alarms. It's saying no to things that feel good, but waste your time. It's pushing yourself when nobody's watching, when nobody's congratulating you. You got to train your mind to get comfortable being uncomfortable, because that's where the growth is. That's where the separation happens. The lazy and the disciplined both have 24 hours. The difference is the lazy make excuses, the disciplined make moves. You want to be somebody, you better marry discipline. You better get used to doing what you said you were going to do long after the mood you said it in has left you. Nobody cares about what you intended. Life rewards execution, not intentions. It's a daily grind, not a someday fantasy. Success shows up for the disciplined. Success rides with the consistent. And if you ain't willing to pay that price daily, you ain't serious. The world doesn't reward excuses. It rewards execution. Nobody's handing out trophies for almost trying. Nobody's paying you for good intentions. You can have the best reasons, the strongest explanations, the most convincing stories about why you couldn't do it. But at the end of the day, none of that moves the needle. Life isn't about how close you came to winning. It's about whether you crossed the finish line. Period. Excuses might make you feel better for a moment. They might help you sleep at night, but they won't build your dream. They won't put food on the table. They won't give you the life you say you want. Only execution will. Only doing the thing, even when you don't feel like it, Even when it's hard, even when you're tired and scared and doubting yourself. That's what counts. You have to understand that the universe moves for the person who moves first. Not the one who complains, not the one who hesitates, the one who acts, the one who shows up messy, tired, imperfect, but still shows up anyway. That's who wins. That's who changes their life. If you want real success, you better start building the habit of execution. Not someday. Not when it's convenient. Now, excuses are easy, and that's why everybody has them. Execution is hard, and that's why it's rare. But rare is where success lies. Every champion you admire, every person who built a name, a legacy, a life worth remembering, they all had days when they woke up tired. They had mornings when their body screamed for rest, when their mind whispered excuses, when everything in them wanted to stay under the covers and hide from the weight of the work. But they moved anyway. They showed up anyway. Champions aren't made on the days when they feel strong and motivated. They're built on the days when they feel weak and keep moving regardless. Success doesn't come to those who only grind when the sun is shining. It comes to those who keep grinding through the storms. Champions understand that tired is a part of the price. Pain is a part of the process. Doubt is a part of the journey. But quitting, that's a choice. And they refuse to make that choice. They understand that if they stop when they're tired, they'll never see what happens if they push through. Champions see exhaustion not as a stop sign, but as a checkpoint, a place to catch their breath, tighten their laces, and keep moving forward. They respect the hustle enough to know that feelings are fleeting, but discipline builds destiny. So if you're waking up tired today, you're in good company. The greats felt it too. The difference is they didn't let tired make decisions for them. They moved, they fought, they endured. And because of that, they won. Your grind today shapes your greatness tomorrow. Every decision you make right now, every hour you push yourself a little further, every small action you take when no one is watching, it's all adding up. You may not feel like it today. You might look around and think, nobody sees me grinding. Nobody's clapping. Nobody's noticing the sacrifices I'm making. And you know what? That's okay. Because greatness isn't about who's watching you today. It's about who will recognize you tomorrow. It's about who you become when nobody's handing out praise. Nobody's throwing you a party. The seeds you plant right now in the dark, the work you're doing when you're tired, discouraged, and doubting yourself, that's what will grow into something unstoppable later. You don't get greatness overnight. You don't wake up one morning accidentally successful. You earn it in the days, the weeks, the months, the years when you chose discipline over comfort. Every early morning, every late night, every time you chose to hustle instead of making excuses, you're shaping a version of yourself that's going to make people wonder how you did it. They're going to call you lucky. They're going to say you had some advantage. But you'll know the truth. You earned it in the grind they never saw. Your future self is begging you not to quit today. Your greatness is waiting, but it's waiting on the other side of your grind. If you sit around waiting for motivation to strike, you're going to be sitting for a long, long time. Motivation is like a mood. It comes and goes, and if you build your life around it, you'll live a life of inconsistency. You'll have bursts of energy, followed by long stretches of nothingness. That's why the people who actually make it, the ones who achieve the big dreams and live the life they talk about, they don't rely on motivation. They move first. They act before they feel ready. They get up on the days when it's raining, on the days when they're tired, on the days when their heart isn't fully in it. They understand that movement creates motivation, not the other way around. You start walking, and then you find your rhythm. You start pushing, and then you discover your strength. Waiting is the silent killer of dreams. It feels innocent at first. I'll start when I feel more ready, more excited, more clear. But days turn into months, and months turn into years, and before you know it, you're still standing at the starting line, watching everyone else lap you. Success doesn't belong to the most motivated. It belongs to the most disciplined, the ones who said, "I don't feel like it today, but I'm doing it anyway." Move first. Trust yourself enough to know that once you start, once you show up, the energy will come. The fire will catch. You don't need to wait for perfect conditions. You need to become the kind of person who creates their own conditions. The world rewards action, not intention. So stop waiting. Stop hoping to feel ready. Lace up, step forward, move first, and let the motivation chase you. Comfort zones are where dreams go to die. It's easy to stay where it's safe, where everything feels familiar, where you don't have to stretch, don't have to fail, don't have to face the fear of looking foolish. But understand this, nothing great ever came from comfort. Nobody ever built a legacy by playing it safe. Comfort is a slow poison. It feels good today, but it robs you tomorrow. Every time you choose comfort over challenge, you're making a small decision to stay exactly where you are. And over time, those small decisions pile up into a life that looks nothing like the one you once dreamed of. Dreams demand discomfort. Growth demands risk. If your dreams don't scare you, if they don't pull you out of your normal routine, they aren't big enough. Staying in your comfort zone may protect you from failure for a while, but it also protects you from success. It shields you from the experiences that build character, resilience, and greatness. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable. You have to be willing to step out into places you don't fully understand, to take shots you might miss, to risk looking stupid, to risk falling on your face. Because that's the price of greatness. Every successful person you admire had a moment when they left comfort behind. They bet on themselves when nothing was guaranteed. They felt the fear and moved anyway. So if you find yourself clinging to what's easy, what's known, you better check yourself. Comfort is the enemy of growth, and growth is the only path to true success. Move beyond it. Walk through the fear. Run toward the unknown. That's where your real life is waiting. You either get bitter or get better. Choose your fight. Life is going to hit you hard. It's going to test you with setbacks, losses, betrayals, disappointments you never saw coming. And in those moments, you have a choice to make. You can let the bitterness take over. You can hold on to anger, resentment, jealousy, all the things that feel heavy, but somehow feel comfortable because they justify your pain. Or you can let those same hits fuel your growth. You can take the pain and turn it into hunger. You can take the betrayal and turn it into wisdom. You can take the loss and turn it into lessons. Life isn't asking you not to feel hurt. It's asking you not to live there. You have to decide if you're going to use your pain as an excuse to stay stuck or as a reason to move forward harder and smarter than before. Bitterness keeps you tied to the people and situations that hurt you. It makes you relive the same pain over and over again without ever moving past it. But getting better means standing up with scars, not shame. It means taking full ownership of your life, refusing to let anyone or anything that broke you keep the pen in their hands when it's time to write your next chapter. The fight will always be there. The fight for your mindset, for your energy, for your future. You can't avoid the fight. You can only choose which one you want. Fight to stay bitter and stuck, or fight to heal, grow, and become something greater than you were before. You either get bitter or you get better, but you can't do both. Winning is rented, and rent's due every day. Success isn't something you earn once and get to keep forever. It's not a trophy you put on a shelf and admire for the rest of your life. Winning is leased, and that lease has to be renewed daily with your actions, your discipline, and your focus. Every day you wake up, you start at zero. Yesterday's grind doesn't pay today's bills. Yesterday's wins don't guarantee today's progress. You have to show up every single day like you've won nothing yet, like you still have everything to prove, because in reality, you do. The world doesn't care about what you did last week. Life rewards consistency, not moments of greatness. And that's why so few people stay at the top, because they think once they make it, they can slow down, relax, coast. But true winners know that making it to the top is only half the battle. Staying there is a whole different grind. You have to be hungrier after success than you were before it. You have to fall in love with the process, not just the rewards. Because the truth is, the rent is never paid in full. Every workout, every early morning, every late night, every time you do what needs to be done instead of what's easy, that's you paying the rent. And the minute you stop paying, you start losing. Winning is for the relentless. It's for the ones who wake up every day ready to earn it again. No matter how tired, no matter how many times they've already proved themselves, rent's due. And if you want to stay a winner, you better pay up every single day, no excuses.